Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We are here today to follow up with my project pan, which is just a project 10 uses. I launched this video in January. I can link the original here if you want to hear more about why I'm doing project 10 uses as a project pan, but I am here to update you on how I've done with the 5 products that I had in my project 10 uses. We are here to move some of those things out and to bring in some new products. If you are new here, hello and welcome. My name is Kelly and I love all things makeup and beauty. I love talking, I love makeup, I love talking about makeup. So if you like to chat about makeup too, I would love to have you subscribe and be part of the K-Bella fam. But why don't we go ahead and jump into the video. Okay, so first we're going to start with the products that were in my project 10 uses, and I'm just gonna go in order of how I have them written on this sheet of paper. The first was an eyeshadow palette, and it's this one here, the Huda Naughty Nudes. This is what it looks like if you hadn't seen my first video. I have used this 4 times. I've used this 4 times. To my defense, there have been times where I haven't worn eyeshadow like to work, or I haven't worn makeup to work in general, and so I've been trying to reach for this on a day-to-day. I feel like I've used it more than 4 times, so quite possibly there's a time or two where I forgot to mark it down on my paper, but overall, a lot of the times when I'm doing like a lot of intricate eyeshadow looks, it's on the weekend when I'm filming, and this isn't the palette that I've been reaching for because I've been wanting to play with other palettes. So this is staying in my project 10 uses since we're technically not even halfway there. I also had a bronzer. It was this bronzer here by Auric Cosmetics in collaboration with Samantha March, the River Bronzer, which is half matte, half shimmers. I actually used this 10 times. Now I stopped counting at 10, but I actually know for this one, my 10th time was today, and I am wearing it, but in using this bronzer, I have found that it pulls a little bit more orange on me than I prefer. So I'm gonna hold on to it for now, but I could totally see myself decluttering this bronzer. I know I have so many friends like in the YouTube space who really enjoyed this bronzer, who hit pan. I honestly might ask one of them if they want it, just because I find that I'm not reaching for it, and since it pulls a little bit more orange on me, I don't really want something that's quite that orange or quite that warm. I don't want it to clash with my red hair. So this one is a success, and it's moving out of my project 10 uses. I also had a foundation. I had the foundation by LYS Beauty. This is the Triple Fix Serum Foundation. Now, I used this once, and when I used it, it smelled a little bit off, the coloring was a little bit orange, and I ended up getting some bumps on my face, so I washed it off pretty quickly. I have had this for over a year at this point, and I know with like liquid foundations and stuff, you're supposed to only hold on to them for a year. On the bottom here, it says 9 months, and I know that this is over a year. So unfortunately, I think this has gone bad, which is why I have not used it, and I actually need to go ahead and throw this one away. Then we had a blush. It was this blush here by Melt Cosmetics, the Digital Dust Duo Blush in the shade Raw Honey. It's the blush I'm wearing today. I love this blush. It's a nice like wintry, cooler toned with a sheen kind of look. So I do really enjoy this one, and I did actually use this 10 times. Today was the 10th time as well. So I love this blush, keeping it in my collection, but we're gonna go ahead, tuck this in my drawer over here, and pick out a different blush for my project 10 uses. I also had a lip product, and I pulled in my lipstick by Lisa Eldridge. This is in the shade Velvet Muse, and I actually wore this in a couple videos recently. I love this shade, but it's a little bit deeper on me, so it's not really one that I wear on a day-to-day at work. Like this eyeshadow that I have, this is bold for me. For some people, this is like normal day-to-day, they would go to work in it. This is a bold eye for me. So I feel like if I'm going to wear a bold lip like this, I probably wouldn't wear this eye to work, but I would want to have like very minimal eyeshadow with this lip. So I've actually only worn it twice. I do think I wore it to work one day and I felt like it was kind of deep, and then I wore it during that video. So we're gonna keep this in my Project 10 uses. This is a lipstick that I want to like avidly use because it's expensive, but it's not one that I'm reaching for day to day, so it's gonna stay in the Project 10 uses. So those were the 5 products I picked initially. 2 success stories, we got our 10 uses, we're moving them out, 1 that had to be decluttered, and then we're keeping the Naughty Nude and the Lisa Eldridge in my Project 10 uses, but I am going to roll in some new products because that's the purpose. This project is to help me use my makeup collection, work through it. So one product that I don't find myself reaching for very often, but it was kind of pricey. It's the Auric Glow Lust. I have the shade Selenite. I like it. I think it's a fine product, but I just don't feel like it does anything for me. Like if I put it all over the face, does it help to give me a little bit of a glow? Yes. If I try to use it as a liquid highlighter, I don't really get like enough highlight or enough glow. I find that typically I like to add this to more like mattifying foundations. So I do want to get some use out of this. I think it's fine. It's just kind of like an extra step, like something that I feel a little bit unnecessary. So that's why I want to pull it into my Project 10 uses so that I can get some more use out of it. We are swapping out a bronzer, and I am going to bring in my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer. This is in the shade 02 Medium. Now, I actually do really love this bronzer. I think it's a great bronzer, and I reach for it often, but I find that sometimes it's just like whatever's around me. And I have friends who have actually used this so much that they hit pan on it. My friend Emily from Emily's Makeup Bag got this bronzer not just based off of my recommendation, but after seeing it around and seeing that I got it, and she's hit pan on it already, and she hasn't had it as long as I have. So that just kind of like kicked me in gear. I was like, you know what? I need to think about this more. I need to put it front and center. I already know that I love it, so why not just pull it out, leave it on my vanity, and get some more use out of it. We're also doing a blush swap, so I'm going to bring in this MAC blush here. This is in the shade Mocha. This is actually such a Kelly shade. It's like a deep mauve, almost with like a hint of plum in there. I really feel like this is a me shade, but I've only used it once or twice. I do like MAC blushes. I think they're good quality, and I wanted Mocha for so long, so they went half off on, I think it was an Ulta 21 Days of Beauty like last year or the year before, and I picked this one up and repurchased Melba, and for some reason I reach for Melba all the time, but not Mocha. So it is time for Mocha to have some love. Now, even though I have the Huda Beauty Naughty Nudes in this project, I do also want to throw in my Makeup Geek eyeshadow singles. Now, if you've been following me for a while, I loved Makeup Geek back in the day. I still love them. I just don't follow along with Makeup Geek so much anymore. But I used to have a huge Makeup Geek collection. This is what's left of it. I got rid of some of it. I just wasn't using it as much, but I have this one here from her old formula, and I did want to try out her new formula. So I have these shades right here. Now, these, in my personal opinion, are more like work wearable for me. I feel more comfortable wearing them to work, and so I want to pull them out and get some more use out of them. Now, there are some people in projects where if they dip into like one eyeshadow one time, they call it good. For me, that's not what I want to do with this project, because I'm not necessarily trying to finish anything up, just get use out of stuff. So in order for me to count this as a use, I have to do like a full look of Makeup Geek, because lately I've been reaching into this shade to set my brow bone and like my crease, and this shade for the inner corner, but that's not going to be enough for me. I'm going to have to do like a full look or use multiple eyeshadows for it to count towards 10 uses. That's my plan. Okay, so that's it. That's my first update, my February update. We finished some products. We have some new products. I feel good about it. I feel like, you know, this is going to be a really good way for me to just cycle through products and to pull in some products that are getting neglected in my collection without the pressure of using them long term or trying to pan them, because I just get really discouraged with those type of projects. So I think this will be super fun for me. If you are doing a project 10 uses, update me down below. Let me know how you're doing. Have you moved anything out? Are you moving anything else in? I know I did have some comments on my first video where you guys were feeling like really pumped up also, and you loved the idea. So I want to know how you guys are doing. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I will follow up again March, April. My goal isn't necessarily to like do it every month or to update you every month, but when I feel like I have progress or movement. So I knew I was moving 3 things out and I wanted to move some stuff back in. So that's my plan. But now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items in here. So I don't know how long it will take me, but I will update you again soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed before you go. That way I can see you in the next one. Bye.